I'm Sergeant Cole.
Constable Bentley, Sergeant. I'm to drive you. You've brought a touch of the nasties with you, Sergeant. It's been fine these last 4 or 5 days. Then this morning, not only this wind, but this rotten rain. Mind you, it's bad enough there's been no game these last 4 weeks at Grange Park.
Constable, if you're going to be my driver, drive.
Sergeant.
Where are we going first?
Well, I thought we'd go to the Nick first.
Did you?
Sir.
Go to the murder scene.
Sergeant. Nice to see a bit of sunshine, isn't it, Sarge?
That's not be sorry to see the back of this job, I can tell you.
Ah, you're not kidding.
Get your skates on. Some of us want some dinner.
Not be long now, Sarge. That's where he finished up.
Sarge, this is Detective Sergeant Cole from London.
Derek Godwin, we were told you were on your way.
Where's the body?
In the morgue.
Search team finished?
Yes.
Did they find anything?
No, nothing.
Bullet case?
Nothing.
He was ditched after he was shot, sir.
How much of his face was there?
What's that, sir?
45 caliber bullet. Was he shot close range with half his head off, or was he dropped from 20 yards?
He was dropped, sir, I'd say, sir.
How many trippers have been here?
The whole circus.
Who?
12-man search team, detective chief super, forensic liaison officer, doctor, pathologist, fingerprints, and photographer. He was killed here, sir.
You tell your boss it'll be another hour.
Sir.
Mostly farms around here?
Moor and farms.
7189 to Hartley.
Go ahead, 7189.
Yeah, we'll be back at the station in about an hour. Yeah, and could you give a message to Sergeant Beck, please, Sergeant Parish? Message reads, "We've got a right one here," unquote.
Message understood.
Exhibits officer?
Detective Sergeant Arlett.
Detective Sergeant Cole. I identified this man as Arthur S. Roberts, on 14 St. John's Terrace, London, SE15. Is there anything to sign?
At the station.
Can I look at these shoes?
The bag's sealed and tagged. I'm the exhibits officer, and it stays sealed and tagged until opened by forensic.
May I take the bag over to the window and look through it to the shoes?
You may.
Now your station.
Sir.
I've made a list of my priorities.
I've got a section to run, sir. That doesn't stop because the circus is in town.
4 teams, background inquiries, follow-up inquiries, Robert's activities in the town, re-interviews. Now we need 16 men. All I can put in immediately is 12. You'll have to find 4.
You can have my CID, 2, 1 DS and 1 DC.
You're not exactly extending yourself.
You get my entire nick at your disposal.
I view your generous offer of men and facilities as something we have to continue negotiations over.
You sound like the TUC, sir.
I need an operation the size of the TUC.
Inspector Darbley. Sergeant Cole from London.
Let's have him.
Send him in, please. What do you want me to do with this sergeant from London, sir? Accommodation? Catering? What?
He's come up to identify the body. Do me a favour. Keep him out from under our feet.
Come in.
Detective Sergeant Cole, Flying Squad.
Good morning. Inspector Jean Darbley, in charge of this section. I'm Detective Superintendent Brunskill, Senior Investigating Officer. Have you identified the body?
Yes, in the mortuary.
Why do you make the point in the mortuary?
I would have very much liked to have seen the body in situ.
We've got everything we wanted from the site.
You've seen the murder scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Our belief is he was shot locally, then moved to the quarry. If he'd been shot where he was found, we'd have expected more blood near to the body.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what can we do for you, Sergeant? You've identified the body. You can assist us, is this right, with information about the deceased?
Well, I have the relevant permissions to remain here for as long as I can make a useful contribution.
We'll see how we can fit you in.
Thank you.
Well, I've got called to parade now. About a dozen have just joined us. Perhaps you'd care to address them on the subject of the deceased.
Yes, I'd like to.
In one of the dead man's pockets, book matches printed with the Bell Inn address. The Bell Inn, Ainsley Road. We checked the deceased's description at the Bell Inn. It fitted a guest, Arthur Roberts. Turns out he'd registered in his correct London address. We put his name to the CRO. On his record was noted a police contact name, a Detective Sergeant Cole. Go ahead, Sergeant Cole.
Arthur Roberts was a snout of mine for many years. He was a highly intelligent man. At 60, when most villains are punch-drunk with stir, he was at the height of his powers. He was a snout to me. That is, he gave me information about firms he didn't like. But his real occupation was as a black draftsman. A planner of robberies. We know he planned 6 major bank robberies in London in the last 5 years. He may have planned 16. He was good enough to work that percentage and get away with it. If he came here, he had a good reason to do so. We have to find that reason, because that's what will lead us to his killer. I'm sure of it.
Thank you, Sergeant. Roberts arrived on the London Connection train 11:45 a.m. 2 days ago, Monday. Checked into room at the Bell Inn. Landlady says he didn't sleep there the first night. Bedclothes, not rumpled. Made up his sleep the following day. That takes us to last night. Didn't sleep, went out. We assume he was shot in the early hours of this morning. Now, who did he see? Who did he speak to? So far, we gather he spoke to no one. We've no idea where he spent that first night. He didn't hire a car from the local outlets. He didn't take one of the local taxis. So, he spent the first night within walking distance of the Bell Inn.
Or someone picked him up.
Or someone picked him up. Today's work. He went somewhere in those 2 days. Pubs, drinking clubs, a dozen in the town. Check 'em. 3 teams. 2 will concentrate on Robert's activities in the town. 1 on background inquiries to liaise with Sergeant Cole. Sergeant Brown and Sergeant Forbes will sort the teams. Let's have some results by day's end, all right?
That old corn mill is the start of the Industrial Revolution. Bit of a contrast to the industrial estate we've had built up now. Some of that was the first of its kind in England. But this bit here is brand new. Around here, we had 40 years' warning of slumpflation. When the mills started to close, we had to find new industries. High profits, low manning ones.
Tough.
We're both suffering from a little social leprosy at the moment. You know you're not really wanted. We get a murder once in a blue moon. We don't want some smart aleck outsider barging in, subtracting the kudos, maybe even solving it.
Just as long as it gets solved. How are you a social leper?
I don't want my men and my Nick steamrolled flat by this murder squad circus. Can I do anything for you?
I'd like to keep the Boy Scout who met me at the station.
Are you sure I couldn't call HQ for a Range Rover? They've got 6 in traffic. We've walked nearly 3 miles, Sarge. You've not said why.
That's his farm. What kind of a farm?
Sheep, mostly. Like most of them round here on the moors. Not a big place. Can we stop for a fag, Sarge?
I don't smoke.
I can't go on any further, Sarge.
Robert, 60 years old, left the Bell Inn on Monday night. I wanted to see how far he could have walked. I keep myself fit. Let's say you're at least as fit as Robert's. Let's say he walked in a 3-mile radius from the Bell Inn.
Why'd you say he walked? He could have been picked up by a car.
From what I could make out from my underprivileged look into a plastic bag, Robert's shoes had scrapes of lichen all over them. Lichen comes from walking through trees. He didn't stroll down the street and get into a car. He walked across country. That's the point.
There are plenty of trees over there, Sarge.
That's where we're going. Who owns this?
Old man Worley.
How long's he been here?
Born here.
All right, back to the station.
You worked anything out yet, Sarge?
Yes. You still talk too much. Cole speaking. Hang on, Brian. Do you want to hear this?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Gordon, Harris and I have been out in Morden. Robert's had a favourite pub there. Used to go there 2-3 times a week.
Yes.
Catterick Arms, Den of Iniquity. He was there Sunday night talking to a bloke called Tony Cantwell. Landlord knew him.
Cantwell.
Speciality, conversion of stolen cash into foreign currencies.
A bagman and a draftsman. How would they connect?
No thoughts? Cantwell's on suspicion for several jobs. 68 Bexley Heath Co-op, 70 Carrington Lock credit card fraud. Vague suspicion that he handled cash conversion on the Taylor security robbery.
Brian, see if you can get more on Cantwell. I think you should stay with that Morden scene.
Be in touch, Gordon.
Cheers, Brian.
Do you think he was up here planning a job?
I was waiting for that question from the senior investigating officer.
I was one of the first on the murder scene. That's less than half an hour after the farmhand discovered the body. Rigor hadn't set in. He still looked human. He was a small man, but strongly built. Could he throw his weight around?
He could and did.
So he could have come up here the aggressor and ended up the victim.
Yes.
I'd like to get a picture of the possibilities. The assumption is he was put down by some heavy mob with a 45, but it could be the other way around. Some terrified bloke killing in self-defense.
Yes.
Let's see if us two, the outsiders, can sort some of this out.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do for lunch, Gordon?
This is going to sound boring. I'm a vegetarian.
Coffee? Tea?
No, thanks, ma'am. I don't drink either.
How did you start the friendship with Roberts?
10 years back. He became a regular snout of mine. Oh, I only informed on people he didn't like. There were certain things I approved in him. He had a lot of suffering in his life. He found strength from it rather than his weaknesses. I know his son was killed in a motorbike crash. And he was a careful man. I like that. He knew one day I'd arrest him. That was the only game he played, pretending I wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. The rest was honest. We used to meet a couple of times a week in a pub on the Fulham Road. He told me about the books he was reading.
What kind of books?
Or biographies. But the lightweight stuff, Antonio Fraser. He had a nice house, Peckham. Had a small dog that looked like him, neat like him. It's not right that such a precise man should meet such an untidy death.
No.
Would you like some of this?
Thank you, no. I'll leave you to it.
Do you think we should tell the senior investigating officer about the phone call? Robert's movements?
No rush. How long can you stay?
3 or 4 days. Longer if I can produce something to the satisfaction of my bosses.
Not long.
I'll do it.
Seem very positive.
I'll find the reason Roberts came here. It's a small town.
It's a complicated one. It's a close community. Families that have known each other for generations. They're cool with strangers.
So am I.
I'm off now, ma'am, unless in the circumstances.
Thank you, Joseph, but in view of the day...
Ah, you know what day it is?
Yes, I heard. Joseph today celebrates 22 years on the force.
Today, I earned me silver handcuffs. 22 long ones. Drinks on me over the road, 6 o'clock. Can you come, ma'am?
Yeah.
Grand.
Does your invitation extend to Gordon here?
All right. Bring your own lettuce.
You will come.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. I have Hartley Station to run, some social work to do. What are your plans?
Well, I'd like to be on the road with Bentley as soon as he's finished his lunch hour.
2 o'clock. I'll join you.
He wouldn't walk miles just to be picked up by a car. He walked to a house. Correction, a farm.
Approximately 20 farms on the ordnance within a 3-mile Hartley radius.
We're going to visit them all, ma'am.
Yeah. You feeling all right, Roland?
Yes, ma'am.
Roland here sometimes gets car sick.
Not often. And rarely when I'm driving.
Drive on.
Hello, Mr. Dillon.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
This is Inspector Darbley. That's Detective Sergeant Cole.
It was my great-great-grandfather hung for sheep stealing. I'm honest, I tell you.
Inspector Darbley's in charge of Hartley.
Aye, I've heard about you, missus.
Mr. Cole here comes from London.
Is that right?
All the way up to ask some questions.
Anything you want to know?
Last Monday, this man, did you see him?
No. Is he local?
No.
Well, last Monday, did you see or hear anything out of the ordinary? Trucks, cars passing that weren't local?
What time?
Around about midnight.
Oh, no. I'm in bed 9:30. My head's on that pillar. I'm up at 4:30 every morning, you know.
I see. Well, thank you.
Hey, there was something. Last Monday night. I'm one of those unfortunates. If I get woke up, I've the dickens of a job getting back to Kip again. And it happened on Monday night.
What happened?
A boat on the canal woke me up.
What canal?
There's a canal down there behind them trees. Boats go on it.
What time did you wake up?
About midnight.
A boat at midnight?
Up there at Pollett's farm, they've got 2 caravans. They let them out in summer with a little hardboard motorboat. Sounded like that.
This isn't summer, Mr. Dillon.
Look, if that boat's going up that canal, it's got to stop at Pollett's farm. Canal's blocked off down there.
Have you ever heard a boat before on the canal at midnight?
Not as I can recall. Unless it had a light on it.
Did you see a light on the canal?
I were in bed. I wasn't looking at canal. I wasn't looking at wife either.
Thank you, Mr. Dillon. We'll check that out.
Pleasure. If you want to know anything, you know where I am.
Thanks, Arthur.
Who owns Pollett's farm?
Pollett's farm? Mr. Garland. He's one of them property speculators.
Is he from round here?
Originally. Not any longer, though.
Why not?
He lives in Norwich.
Well, there's certainly no one living here. Fresh. Look at that.
Sleeping bags.
Primus stove, portable radio, tea-making stuff.
Hippies? Squatters?
Hippies and squatters wouldn't con a milkman into delivering milk. National car park ticket. Dated 4 days ago.
Obviously some visitors from the smoke.
What do you think?
Someone's coming back. We need a watch mounted.
Roland, you stay here. I'll get some others out to join you.
What about me tea? I'm due me refreshments in 20 minutes. You'll let them know I'm here, won't you?
We won't forget you, Roland. Come in.
Some files you wanted, Mum.
Is that all? Hold on.
Cole speaking. Hang on, Brian. Go ahead.
Your Mr. Garland's an interesting man. Also known as Harold Durrant, George Pettit, form on all names. Villain, runs a restaurant in Soho, then turns up with money, buys Pollitt's farm, and rents a big house in Norwich.
Who's telling you?
Maitre d' at restaurant, no great admirer of the boss. Garland paid £130,000 for Pollitt's farm in November 1973.
November 1973?
Right.
The Taylor Securities job.
October, £200,000.
That 70,000 for Cantwell to change the hot securities, 130,000.
Cantwell seen in pub with Roberts, unproven connection to the Taylor security robbery.
That could be it. I'll be in touch, Brian.
Right, Gordon.
What about this? October 1973. Roberts, Cantwell, Garland pulled the Taylor Securities job. Roberts plans the robbery. Cantwell converts the hot securities into cash. Garland buys the farm with the proceeds. The idea to sit on the investment and wait. They wait 6 years. The farm sold prior to auction.
Roberts comes up to collect his share.
An argument over it. A shooting.
Now we've got some facts. We'll pass them to the senior investigating officer.
Yes, we'll have to.
It's a possibility. A good theory. But just that, okay? I'll post 6 men to the farm. Enough?
Yes, sir.
And I'll alert traffic with the 2 descriptions. What else do you suggest?
Nothing, sir. Just wait it out there. I'll be one of the 6.
Okay.
Superintendent.
No, thank you, Joe. Just because the Nick hasn't got catering facilities, no excuse for a booze up.
What do you drink, Sergeant Cole?
I have to go, Sergeant.
What do you mean? You refuse a drink with me? 2 bloody grand for me, are you, Sergeant Cole?
Have half a bitter, Gordon.
Too bloody high and mighty, you London people, to take half a pint with a bloody provincial, are you?
Take it easy, Joe.
I am taking it easy. Why can't he take it easy for 5 minutes and half a pint?
You'll have half a pint.
Really? Bloody wonderful! If you'll pardon the expression, ma'am, and any slight lapse for once in 22 bloody years. I think I'm going to tell you a little story, Sergeant Cole. Everybody! I'm going to tell a story. It's called The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse by Sergeant Joseph Beck. The last time I had dealings with the flying squad like Cole there belongs to, I was a sergeant in Warrington. Door bursts open one night and these 3 London flying squad people come crashing in, show their identification and say, "Give us a street map of Warrington." I say, "Why?" They say, "Shut your mouth and give us a map." So I give them a map and off they rush. Next thing, we're listening to them on the car to car, and they're saying, "Where's Sankey Street?" "Which direction's north?" And "We just passed the market twice. Where the bloody hell are we?" Of course, they were looking for some London villain in a house just out of town. We gathered that much and the bloody address from the car-to-car panic. By the time they got to that address, we had the villain under lock and key in divisional cells for over an hour. That's bloody flying squad incompetence. You lot always have to create the stir, don't you? You can't leave anything to us bloody stupid provincial.
That's enough, Joseph.
One small protest in 22 years. Don't you think I'm entitled to just one? Please give me your answer to that, ma'am, after I've made an urgent call. All right, everybody.
I assure you it is once in a lifetime. Hard to know whether to celebrate 22 years in the force or hate it.
Yes. Will you excuse me a minute, ma'am? Don't you ever do that again. I'll go to the Nick and pick up my things. And then I'll go straight to the farm.
I'll give you a lift if you like.
No. That's not necessary.
He's an odd one.
He speaks his mind. He's okay.
I don't know. Some dog.
Sergeant Cole here.
In the locker room, ma'am.
Give me 2 minutes. Do you have transport from the inn to the farm?
Mr. Runskill's laying it on.
You're Rook with Sergeant Beck.
Not important.
I told you it was once in a lifetime.
I understood.
Maybe you should bend a little, Gordon.
Oh, I don't know about that, ma'am.
Why not?
I get my results by being a little harder than the villains. That's why I catch them.
You were happy, ma'am.
It's what I know, ma'am, and what I do. Knowing I do it well, that's what makes sense of it.
You make your entire life the job.
Is there another way?
There has to be.
You're talking about degrees of compromise.
I'm talking about sanity.
Ooh, that could be a luxury for some of us.
You're saying that seriously? Sanity is a luxury.
Sanity is something we define within the purpose of our lives. You compromise that purpose, you can lose your way. Maybe that's what happened to Arthur Roberts. He should have been too bright to die like that.
Tell me the real reason you're a friend of his.
A paradox. He grew over the years into a worthwhile protagonist. I wanted one day to get him for something really big. Now, by his death, I've been cheated of it.
I think that explains quite a lot, Gordon. I'll see you tomorrow. Or tonight if they turn up at the farm. Good night.
Good night.
You right?
No.
What's up?
What a day. From a major murder investigation to 2 sergeants trying to wallop each other.
Come on, home. At an early start again tomorrow.
Do we even have a home? Tomorrow's exchange of contracts.
Oh, I've got news for you, love. We've got 2, plus a very impressive bridging loan.
What I love about you is when I'm a bit down, you really bring me up.
Do you want the rest of it now?
Rest.
Well, I got the the application form for the social services job in the post this morning.
Yes?
I filled it in right away and took it round. Got an interview on Thursday.
Bit sudden, why?
Don't know, guilt, worry. Want to talk about it now?
No.
Oh, come on. It's much better now than at 7 in the morning, before you go off to that farm on your policewomanly duties.
Okay.
Well, I want to do social work. I've got an instinct that I'm right for the job.
Yes?
I'm not going to get another job as a design draftsman around here. Not in the near future, anyway.
What's bugging you?
Money. The salary.
What is the salary?
I don't know. I should imagine about half of what I was getting as a draftsman.
Take it.
What's about the money?
We'll survive.
Will we?
I think you do know what the money is.
Well, I did hear a whisper, but I didn't believe my ears.
What?
I'm not telling you. Not till you're greatly increased in strength, or drunk, or both, whichever's soonest. Come on.
Okay. Will you drive?
I've been drinking.
Oh, come on. 1 pint? I'm not going to book you.
Are you all right, Sergeant?
Inspector Dalby to hard to control. Give me talk through.
You have talk through.
Inspector Dalby to 7431. I'm nearing site. Is it clear to enter?
Road clear. Go ahead.
Thank you, out. Garland? Cantwell.
I'll park your car on the back, Mum.
How's your head, Sergeant Beck?
Fine, Mum.
Gives me that. Top. Morning.
Morning. Anything?
I talked to the dairy. The milkman says a respectable-looking bloke ordered a pint of milk a day 4 days ago. How long have you been here?
Left in the early hours, came on again at 7.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
How many here?
6, plus our London friend.
Fancy something happening, then?
It'll happen.
I'll give the troops a once-over if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Sir?
White Ford Transit van just turned off Main Road.
There's a transit on the way down, sir.
Right, take cover.
Because of that bloody Roberts, we've really got to clean this place out. Still, let's hope about half hour see us out. Eh, Tone?
I should think so.
Don't forget to put your gloves on. I don't want dabs all over the place, all right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of weight there.
We'll reduce them.
As soon as we're in there, call HQ for assistance. As many as possible.
Oh, look at the state of this place.
Did we smoke that much?
Well, I got the milk. How about a cup of tea?
No chance. See all them blankets, get them all rolled up, put them in a bin, take them outside and burn them.
Right. Move.
Hang about. I think it's on us.
Shall we stay and front it out?
What do we do, Tony? Here, let's get out of here.
Come on, let's go.
Just how far do you think you're going?
Get out, you bastard. Won't you ever leave me alone?
Now get up.
Get up!
Come on, you slag. You can walk.
Oh, God, shit, my arm!
Okay, Sarge.
The deal was to keep the farm 6 years. Sell it, split the money. Roberts wanted more of the split. Garland took out a gun, Cantwell says. Roberts made a dive for it. It went off. That's the long and short of it. I'll save the details for the report. Oh, I'd like to make my report back in London, if that's all right with you, sir. You'll have it tomorrow.
That's fine, Sergeant.
If I could trouble you for some transport back to the station, sir, I've got my bags outside.
I'll take you, Gordon.
Thank you.
Come in.
Can I have a word, ma'am?
Yes.
Something at the desk.
Give me a minute.
We've had to take Cantwell to the hospital. His arm's badly broken. He said Sergeant Cole did it deliberate.
Cole says it was an accident.
Did he? Well, I think he's a hard bastard. Totally without feeling.
Is that right, Joseph?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you better explain the complaints procedure to him. Ready?
I've got a friend who's going to be buried over there.
Oh, aye, sir.
Can you tell me about burial at public expense? Do they provide a headstone up here?
No, sir, they do not.
What do you charge for your cheapest stone?
Cheapest, sir? Well, with the cost of granite, up 15% in the last 6 months. For instance, that item there, £100, including VAT, cemetery fee, and 50 letters best engraving.
I'll take it.
Right. Write the name and message. As I said, up to 50 letters. Arthur S. Roberts. You still got plenty more letters to write a quote, like, "Nearer my God to thee," or "Rest in peace," you know, of that style.
Arthur S. Roberts, born 1919, died 1980. No. No, there's not a lot else you could say about him.
Okay.